Good morning, and we're going to talk in this session about the rapture as far as how it ties into the plan of redemption. And I'm going to read from Ephesians chapter 1, starting at let's start at verse 3. It says, "Blessed be and I'm reading from an English translation. It says, "Blessed be the God, or Elohim, and Father of Yahushua HaMashiach, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Messiah," or in Mashiach, "according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy," is what the English translation, but the word would have been Kadesh, or set apart ones. And so it says that we have been, that we should be set apart without blame, in other words, without sin, before him in love. Now notice it says that according as he has chosen us. In other words, he chose us in him before the foundation of the world. In other words, before the world was formed, he had a plan in mind, knowing that, having all knowledge and all understanding, Yahuwah knew that mankind would fall. But he also had a plan of redemption for mankind, which would include the fact that he would present us to himself holy, or set apart before him, that we without blame before him in love. In other words, love is the motivation for this plan of redemption. It's because he loved us. In fact, the scripture says that in that while we were yet sinners, Messiah died for us. You know, that he loved us even when we were sinners. And so the rest of this verse says in verse 5, "Having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will." Now, this word predestined is where a lot of people have gotten off the scripture and preached a doctrine called predestination, where the Creator just predestined some to be saved and some not. And that's not what this is talking about. He's talking about that he predestined us. He knew those that would come to him. He knew those that would believe on him. He knew that those that would respond to the call of salvation. And in that plan, he predestined us to be conformed to the image of his Son. Oh, wow. This is a great revelation and understanding of this. And we're going to find out in our study here that we're not just forgiven sinners. That salvation and redemption is much more than just forgiveness of sins. Even though that's a part of it, that's not totally what redemption's about. It's to buy back, it's to pay the price, the purchase price, to redeem us and pay us back, pay back for us, to bring us to himself, not as just a forgiven sinner, but a new creature in Yahushua HaMashiach. So, with that said, it says here in verse 6, "To the praise of the glory of his grace," or favor, "wherein he has made us accepted in the beloved." Did you know that you're accepted by Yahuwah if you have believed on the Messiah, you have put your faith and trust in him, that you're accepted before him? Well, that's good news to know that. Have you ever been around people that you just didn't feel accepted? Well, you won't feel that way toward him if you've received the Messiah. You are accepted before him. So it says in verse 7, "In whom we have redemption." Now here's the word I'm going to focus on, the word redemption. It means to buy back, to purchase back. He has paid the price for our redemption. The scripture says we are bought with a price. Therefore, we are to glorify Yahuwah in our body and in our spirits, because we're bought with a price. And may I say, a tremendous price. So, it says here that we have redemption. Verse 7, "In whom we have," not we're going to get redemption. Now, where it speaks here of we have redemption, it's speaking from the standpoint that those that have believed on the Messiah, the fact is settled, and the fact is that we do have redemption. Now, we're waiting for the adoption to be complete, as Paul wrote about in Romans chapter 8. We're waiting for the adoption to be complete, the redemption of our bodies. See, we're still in this fallen nature, in this flesh, but in the realm of the Ruach, in the realm of the Spirit, we have already experienced our redemption. We are a new creature. Anyone that is truly born again by the Spirit of Yahuwah is a new creature in Messiah. He's already been redeemed because the purchase price has not only been paid, but we've been given the earnest of the Spirit. And we're going to read this over in Ephesians, where Paul made reference to this, that we've been given the earnest of the Spirit, which is the down payment of our inheritance, of our redemption. See, the fact that you have, if you're born again of the Ruach and you have the Spirit in you, that's proof or guaranteed that you're going to experience redemption because you have the Spirit. It's our guarantee that you're going to be redeemed one day, and that's talking about your flesh being redeemed. When the Bible talks about the redemption being in the future, it's talking about the redemption of our body. And we're going to find this out as we study this in our session today. So, with that said, I'm going to stop here. We'll pick this up on our next session. And thanks for all of y'all that are sharing my videos. I really appreciate that. Please continue to do so. And make use of all the approximately 1,300 videos that are on my YouTube channel. There's a lot of things, as I've mentioned, that I've taught on that you can be blessed and receive. This is 40 years of studying. I've been born again over 40 years. I've been studying the Scriptures for that long. And so you can benefit from the things that I've learned over these 40 years, and just thank you for your support. Thank you for all your good comments, kind comments. I really appreciate those that take the time to comment and to encourage me. It is an encouragement to me, and I thank you. Well, till our next broadcast, shalom.